In this lecture and in this lesson, we will talk about the role of measurement system variation and the different types of measurement system analysis that can be performed to validate the measurement variation. Usually, measurement system analysis, or in other words, MSA, is considered as a tool that is only relevant to manufacturing. But I want to challenge that thought and say that measurement system analysis is equally important to other sectors as well. Immaterial of your sector, here are a couple of quick checkpoints. Is there any data collection happening in your process? What is the source which is giving you the data, and is that source giving you the correct data? Is there anyone handling that data, and is that person or that particular process a source of variation? Is there any agreement or a disagreement on the definition of the data? Do people across the organization agree on what is the definition of the metric which is being collected? So these are certain hygiene points that each and every one should validate first before they even think about a measurement system analysis. Most often, people working in service sector bank on the fact that they have an automated source of data. They say that I get my data from my ERP or from my CRM and so on. I can tell you, having worked in both the manufacturing and the service sector, at times automated data source can be a curse. You don't know really what is the source of the data, you don't know how the systems are configured, and at times you realize that people can go and alter the definition of the metric and pull out the data from different sources to their own convenience. Hence, automated data is also equally a cause of concern for us. Unless you don't do the basic hygiene checks that I talked about, it wouldn't be right to rely on that data for all our decision making. We talked about measurement system analysis and measurement variation in our basic course. At this point, I would encourage you to go and recap all the lectures of the measurement system analysis that we covered in the basic course, because this is again a very difficult subject. So just if you recollect, overall process variation is nothing but the sum of actual process variation plus the variation caused by the measurement system. If I take the measurement system variation alone and break that down further, that can be broken as variation due to repeatability and reproducibility. We talked about the concepts of repeatability and reproducibility in our basic course, and we would talk more about it in this course as well. Again, drawing from our basic course, the overall process variation can be broken down into measurement variation and process variation, and the measurement variation itself can be due to either the equipment or the person, the appraiser who is using the equipment. This can be broadly further broken down into issues relating to resolution or accuracy. All these concepts were covered in our basic course. If I take this one step further, then this variation that we talked about is not only about resolution or accuracy, there is also an element of precision. The concept of precision, repeatability and reproducibility were also covered in the basic course. Measurement system analysis is nothing but an analysis on the measurement system's precision. So at the end of the analysis, we would be able to validate and say whether the reproducibility and repeatability of the system is good or not. What are the different types of measurement system analysis? Measurement system analysis can broadly be classified as either discrete or variable. When we are dealing with discrete data, then we call it as a discrete MSA or discrete gauge R&R, where R&R stands for repeatability and reproducibility. Repeatability and reproducibility of the gauge. That is why it is called as gauge R&R. Within variable, there are two different ways we can perform the analysis. One is called as ANOVA method and the other is an X bar R method. Likewise, with discrete data, we have two different methods. One is called as an agreement method and the other is called as a Kappa method. We would go into the details of each of this to understand them a little better now.